Hello everyone and welcome to my Digivice 25th Color Evolution unboxing. This is the DX Yamato color version, so it is the blue version, and since it's a DX set, that means that it comes with some additional goodies. Now, personally I would have preferred to get the typical anime colored one. Here's the version complete that I have, which is the same sort of color as the anime color of the 25th Color Evolution, but the extra goodies that come with the DX set made it kind of worth it just to get the DX set instead. So let's take a look at this release as well as the additional goodies. So the DX set comes with a tag and crest set. Now, this is almost the same as the version 15th crest set, which was released for the 15th anniversary, so goodness, almost 10 years ago now, and the only difference being that this release has the, it lights up. It's got a little button you press there and it lights up there, so whatever crest you have in there glows. Now, this is not the same as this one. This one does not glow. It's basically just a kind of cosplay prop minus the glowing. It is still cool, however, to have a nice little cosplay and roleplay prop there. It is a shame that it's not the light up version, so this was a button on the 15th set here, and it lit up, but this one does not. However, it does say 25th anniversary on the back, and it has the 25th logo on the back as well. So it is kind of cool, but yeah, it's mainly the same idea. You slot in the crests and you wear it around your neck as, again, a cosplay prop, and it comes with a chain there so you can wear it around your neck. So it's cool. It's not the exact same as the 15th version, but I guess for a pack-in, like a standalone thing, it's fine, especially if you did miss out on the original version 15th tag and crest set, which I feel like a lot of people did because it was kind of before all these retailers and proxy services were around as much. I'm not even sure this has batteries in it or not. I don't think it does, but again, it's more or less the same. No emblem on the back, just battery instructions, the typical warning labels, and a little bit bigger than the 25th version. But again, it is, if you missed out on the original version 15th release, then that's fine. And again, I don't think I even really use the light up functionality for cosplay. It's kind of a cute little gimmick thing, and makes it more realistic, I suppose, for, you know, what it does in the show. But again, it's a kind of nice prop there, and especially if you missed out on the original release. Now, the other thing you get in the DX set is this cute little art book. Now, they called it an art book, but I would more like call it like a brochure. I don't think it's really like book-like in nature. It's sort of a lot smaller than what I would consider an art book. But it's got the sprites and it's got like the backgrounds that you will see in the Digivice. So it is kind of cute, but again, I don't think it's necessarily like the quality of art books that we've had, but for a pack-in bonus, it's not too bad. Of course, if it was sold separately, like the same story with the crests, it would obviously be a little bit more than the release it is, but it's a pack-in bonus. So it's kind of cool, but I don't think that necessarily it's that much worth upgrading to the DX version just for that booklet. But it is kind of cute, and it's kind of like a collector's piece anyway, and same sort of story with the crests. They're kind of a nice pack-in piece, but a little, if you already have the version 15th crest set, I probably wouldn't recommend getting these. They're cool, but they're, you know, if you already have the version 15th, I would say that that is the superior version because they light up, but otherwise there's not much difference. And then of course we have the Digivice Color. Now I also do have the Yamato version 15th, but this is the Memorial Edition. They kind of came out with the original version 15th in around, I think it was 2014 or 2015, probably 2014, because I didn't have a job at the time. I was still in uni, so I originally skipped the version 15th until the anime color came out in 2015, and then the Memorial ones, which were, I want to say 2016 or 2017. So this is more or less what you'd expect. This is the black and white one, but the difference between the version 15th Yamato color and the one that I have in my hand here is you can probably just see a little faint outline of the crest of friendship. So that's kind of the same color, and it looks more or less the same. Obviously the screen is black here. It doesn't have the border there because the border itself is actually animated on the display, but more or less it is the same. The antenna's a bit longer, and the screen is, of course, black rather than the sort of LCD screen that you would expect. And also there are LEDs under the surface of this one here. Now I'm very nervous to start this up because there have been reports of factory faults where the screen is broken, so I'm a little bit nervous, so let's hold hands and wish me the luck that I don't have a broken version. Now how do I even turn up? There we are, top button. And the screen is not broken, so that's cool. And it starts up with the Digivice sound. Now I'm gonna guess that the controls are the same as the version complete. Yes they are. And of course, I know this is the Yamato version, but I'm gonna always go with Mimi. Adorable. So I will always go with Mimi. What's the time? It is... The buttons feel really nice, but it feels so far just like the version complete or the version 15th or any of the Japanese Digivice original colors, not colors, shells. The non-color versions rather. And then we get an animation, and I'm going to talk over it just in hope that I don't get copyright claimed by Toei for having music, and it's also vibrating. So this is more or less a cross between the Super Complete Animation Selection, the Super CSAs, and I said the selection animation part the wrong way around. But anyway, oh, and also I get the bonus items because I've got the Yamato version. So yeah, it's a cross between the Super CSAs and the pedometer toys, which made a lot of people happy. I am actually a huge fan of the Super CSAs. A lot of people aren't. So this is a good compromise between the Super CSAs and the pedometer toys that everyone loves. I also do love the pedometer toys. I have a lot of nostalgia for them. I had the Digivice D3 as a kid, and then also the Detector version 1 as a kid. So I have a lot of nostalgia for the pedometer toys as well. But I also do like the Super CSAs because they're nice collection pieces, and they're also kind of cool cosplay props, and they tend to be a little bit more show accurate than the pedometer toys. So this is a great compromise between something for both different types of fans. How do I stop the butterfly from playing? And yeah, so you can see that the border comes up when I go into one of these menus here, and I can also power it off from here. There is also another a problem or a fault, but this doesn't seem to be as common as the screen one that I mentioned earlier, and the screen one being just the screen is broken. It's to do with the battery. It just doesn't hold charge, so hopefully I don't have that as well. That would be pretty awful. So I'm just trying to work out how to stop playing Butterfly. Oh, that's cute. They're going to have a picnic and eat a Digivice, I suppose. Oh no, I'm changing what's on it. That's kind of cool. So this is like the Super CSA gimmicks where it has like animations and stuff. That's pretty cute. How do I stop the butterfly? I want to stop the butterfly. I'm sure this is my problem. I never will ever read instructions. And that's how to show the time. And it appears to be fully charged, so that's pretty cool. Now, if I hold this down, it's just going to talk at me. It does not stop the butterfly. Ah, success! I worked out how to stop the butterfly. So, you shake it or walk with it, and Palmon walks alongside you. That's pretty cute and what you would expect. I won't be shaking it, I'll actually be walking around with it and playing with it, you know, as probably was intended, but I'm sure a lot of people are shaking and that's absolutely fine. I just feel it's more immersive if I go for a walk with it. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of these pedometer quest-based toys. I did enjoy the Colin Digivice, which I've done countless videos on before, but it was just the quest-based part of it rather than the pedometer adventure part of it. So I am glad that we're back to having a pedometer adventure toy. That's pretty cool. The Colin Digivice also was almost like a cheaper CSA as well. It did light up in the same way that this lights up itself as well. However, the issue with it being the Yamato coloured one rather than the anime colour one is that when it lights up, it kind of like, it's only like lighting up with green bits on the blue rather than if it was the anime colour, which is this. Again, this is the version complete, which I've been running as well, and you can see that the border is there rather than having the border kind of animate itself on. A lot of people had that as like an issue or a complaint that they had when this was first announced. I personally would agree that it's kind of annoying that they don't have that background there all the time. I like it there, but I can kind of see why they wanted the more screen space there. Yeah, so that's just my first initial impressions of the 25th color evolution. It's cute, and you can kind of see it's a little bit sparkly on the shell. And again, I probably would have preferred to get the anime color one, but I wanted to review the goodies, and I also wanted to see how good the goodies were. But probably if I were to recommend it just to anyone, I'd probably just say just get the standard anime color one, especially if you already have the version 15th tag and crest set. The book isn't that impressive really. In terms of where you can get these, this video is not sponsored. I got mine from Hobby Genki. Hobby Link Japan didn't have this, but Hobby Genki did. I got these from Hobby Genki. They appeared to be both short-staffed and training new staff, so they were a little bit slower with this release. I saw that Zen and TCG were actually really fast with this release. Again, this video is not sponsored, these are just my recommendations. Zen and TCG did seem to start shipping first, but they got their batches from Bandai in batches. So they're still shipping as of recording this, but they're just getting them all from Bandai now. But they did seem to start shipping at first. Japan Yuan also have them. They also have leftovers, which does not surprise me, given that Japan Yuan have the most expensive prices. They're about twice as much as Zen and TCG were selling their after stock of, so I wouldn't probably recommend Japan Yuan too much because of the price is just absurd. Of course, proxy services are also still there, so that's from Japan Buyee. I know that a few places in Australia do have it or did have it for pre-order with the release of September, so places like EB Games, Sugoi Toys, I think Critical Hit, but I'm not 100%. But yeah, those are my sort of places you can get them from. Hobby Genki was yet again slow, but apparently they were just short-staffed and had new staff that they were training, so they were very slow with this release. But hopefully that will be fixed with the Pendulum Color Wave 2. I have my release of the Pendulum Color Wave 2 with Hobby Genki, so stay tuned for that release. I'll mention in my video unboxing when that comes out whether or not I will recommend Hobby Genki for that, just because they were kind of a little bit too slow with this. But again, if they're short-staffed and training new staff, that's not really their fault. That's just something that happens. But yeah, so again, not sponsored, but that's where you can get them. Looks like Proxies and Zen and TCG were the winners for this release. Zen and TCG did have it the same price as Hobby Genki for memory, and of course Proxies, basically you just have to pay the fees and that's about it. But that can be fast or slow or more expensive depending on where you are in the world. So those are sort of where you can get them. If you're wondering, again, not sponsored, those are just places that I know of. But in any case, that's it for this video. Once I spend a bit more time with this, I might do a review, so let me know in the comments if you have any comments or questions, or if you think I should do a review once I've had a bit more time with this. In terms of connection-based unlocks, I have asked around, there doesn't appear to be any, which is good, but also kind of a surprise. In any case, that's it for this video. Again, let me know your thoughts, comments, questions in the comment section below. Like this video for... It is pretty cool, I have to admit, but I would have, again, preferred a meme version, or better yet, an anime color version, I guess. But I wanted the goodies, so sue me. So subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your enemies, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!